Pick me.
No, pick me.
Pick me, I'm the one.
I make his plate.
I wash his clothes.
I roll over every time he taps me on my shoulder.
You may have noticed a growing trend on social media, and we are talking about pick me culture. I'm Shamika Sanders, and these are my co-hosts, Kiara Kelly and Africa Miranda. Pull up a chair because you are watching Listen to Black Women. The term pick me has been floating around social media for some time now, but it got a little exacerbated when Love and Hip Hop Miami star Amara La Negra posted a performative post on Instagram cleaning her man's bathroom. She was in like a Fashion Nova dress, and it sparked a whole bunch of backlash and a bunch of women talking about pick me culture. You may be asking yourself, what is pick-me culture? Well, Sonia Eskridge wrote in a MadameNoir.com article, a pick-me's motivation for shaming other women is men. Everything they do is centered around catching a man. All of which leads us to our question of the week. How do we stop perpetuating pick-me culture? Ladies.
I think it's really important to differentiate between being a pick-me and just naturally wanting to do things for your partner. Yes. Like if you want to naturally cook and clean because that's what you do, that's fine. The problem is when you get so concerned about what you're doing that you want to shame other women for it. Brandy Angler, who's a relationship psychologist, she told Time magazine that the worry that we aren't good enough and that someone else is better leads to a hypervigilance around other women in general, which social media tends to make worse. So on social media, you see women really touting their accomplishments, like I work a full-time job and I cooked and cleaned the entire house. That's how you keep a man. And that's the problem. Sis, if you want to do all that, all good. But you do not have to put down other women to validate how you want to perform in your relationship. You also see women justifying cheating, saying, you know, if you keep it right, get it tight, that's gonna keep your man.
And in pop culture, we see pick-me behavior all the time. And now we just have a name for it. We saw Remy Ma on State of the Culture. She was talking about it's okay to cheat as long as you're not married. And I'm just like, out of these old black hood narratives that we get into, that we have been just trained, it's been embedded in us. I think about Aisha Curry, who is like the quintessential wife to every guy out there. She posted on Twitter about how she just likes to dress more conservative. And Amara La Negra, starting that whole conversation around her cleaning her man's bathroom. Sis, if you want to clean your man's bathroom, do you, boo-boo? Don't tell me about cleaning my man's bathroom. That's not going to get me a man.
Yeah, the performing has just gotten out of hand. Like some women have even taken it so far that they're buying their own engagement rings and buying gifts to show this like illusion, you know, that their man is doing all these things. Because again, pick me is about performance. It's about saying, hey, look at me. And I just feel like it's gone so far that women are expected to excel at work and then come home and I've got to clean your house because then that's a reflection of how good your woman is, and cook your food, have sex, raise these kids, be perfect. It's too much. Like, when do black women like get a break? Like, girl, let yourself off the hook. Like, it's okay.
So let's take it to these social media streets and see what people are tweeting about. Deanna Cooley tweeted, "Don't see why girls let themselves go when you're in a relationship. Hashtag keep your man." Sis. That is quintessential pick-me narrative.
Because that's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid you eat an extra M&M, okay? And now you lose your whole relationship, and then he deserves to go do, what if he puts on weight? Right. All this onus on the woman. It's never about
It's always
the
on
man.
us. It's never on them.
There was also this social media craze that happened, and it spawned this hashtag tweet like a pick-me. So we actually have the pick-me's, and then we have some people who were tweeting like pick-me's. For Devin's sake tweeted, "All that education is making y'all self-sufficient. A real woman doesn't need to read anything but her man's nonverbal communication. Anticipate his needs and meet them before he asks. But y'all keep having opinions and all that education and stay single. Hashtag tweet like a pick-me."
That is what so many people tweet. That's all this, like you see it all over social media. Like, oh, you have so much to say, all these black women and they're feminists. I love that the hashtag pick me is now a thing because now we can see who you are.
And we have one more from Forever Quell. "I allow my man to cheat anytime he wants because at the end of the day, he's my man. You can send a child to daycare, but at the end of the day, they still have to go home to their real parents."
Again, they're joking, but they wouldn't be able to make these jokes if people weren't actually tweeting things that were very close to it. People have taken this whole thing of like being your man's piece to the nth degree. Like being his piece means you don't have an opinion, you hold him down. And like, I feel like it's like all of that mixed with like a dash of Hotep. You put it in like a nice little stew and you have a good little pick-me situation.
Let's Let's move on to the receipts. Kiara, what do the polls say?
As always, we polled our Madame Noir audience to find out what you all think about pick-me culture. We asked who's most at fault when a man cheats, with 99% of you luckily saying the man. Okay, because pick-me's will be out here being like, well, sis, he cheated because you weren't sucking him good enough, or he cheated because you put on some pounds. No, no, no. The person who is responsible for cheating, if a man is cheating on you, it's his fault. We also asked, do hoes deserve to be wives? With 83% of saying yes, everybody deserves love.
Some of y'all lying. There would be no pick-me culture if 83% believed that.
And pick-me culture can go either way, because you can have women who are more sexually expressive, shaming the women who might be a little more prudish and being like, well, if you were doing this and this in the bedroom, you would have kept your man. Then on the other side, you have the women who may be a little more sexually conservative, shaming the women who are out there saying, well, if you weren't so out there, you probably would be married. Either side, it does not matter.
Pick me lines. I'm a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheet.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that's a pick me line. Everybody used to say that so much back in the day. We were sitting here happily being pick me's.
Happily. Well, that's why I think pick-me's have, like, the pick-me culture has been here. Now we just have a name for it. Because I mean, I'm Southern, so like if there is anything as a Southern woman you've been raised to be, it's kind of pick me. And that actually brings us to our next conversation segment. And there's a writer for the blog Black Women Cry, and she gives her personal views on this whole pick me culture. And she basically says that pick me's are women who are conditioned to internalize misogyny and changes their behavior to fit the narratives of a sexist society. What you've done is basically saying all this messaging that I've received my whole life, that women are less than and that we've got to dance to get a man, you're now saying, you know what, I'm gonna own that, I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna down you, I'm gonna down you, and I'm gonna down any woman that doesn't fit into this like performative version of femininity, and it's so damaging.
These ideals were formulated so long ago. Gender roles have changed so much, where, you know, back in the day it was the man did the physical labor, the woman stayed and tended to the house and the children, but women, we are working just as much as men these days. So these pick-me ideals, they just don't work anymore.
And there should be equality, because again, I don't mind fixing a plate, I don't mind like folding clothes, totally fine with doing that, but I will absolutely do it for a partner that I know will fix my plate or will do something else for me. And I think that's what's lost, is that I'm not gonna down you if you choose not to do it. Black women, check yourselves. Like, why, what is this thing about us that we feel like we've gotta judge another woman so harshly about what they're doing?
Is it also something rooted in religion?
I would absolutely say that's a part of it, because I mean, look at our marriage vows, look at what religion says. Like, it says that a woman is inherently below a man. It's very pervasive that we go back to that, and a lot of Christianity has been really kind of tweaked and turned and twisted to fit patriarchy.
Ladies, another insightful question, but Kiara, what did we learn? Can you sum it up for us?
Stop shaming other women. If you want to cook, clean, do whatever for your man, that's totally fine, but we just want it to be an autonomous decision. Do it for yourself. The only man that's going to be kept is a man that wants to be kept. It doesn't matter what you do. There is no A, B, or C equals D. Just live in your truth and stop, mind your business. Stop looking at what another woman does in order to decide if you're better and to validate your performance.
Exactly. Pick yourself.
Do you, boo-boo. And thank you for tuning in to another dope episode of Listen to Black Women. Catch us on madamenoir.com, hellobeautiful.com. And until we see you again, bye-bye. Have a good one.
Pick yourself.
Pick yourself.